Hello and welcome to Twin Tigers Data. Today we're going to be doing a session 0. My name is Thomas Kistner and let's get started. What are they? Session zeros are essentially a session that happens prior to a session or just talking amongst your friends that happens prior to the first actual game. And this allows you to set up your first steps to actually making the adventure. Now, these honestly allow the players and the DM to know what exactly the characters are going to be, and it kind of allows the players to know what exactly is going to be happening. So if it's a sea-based adventure, people are going to know, hey, I want maybe someone who's good at swimming a little bit or knows how to sail a ship. And also players, you can make suggestions to your DM. However, DMs, it's all up to you involving the final decisions. When and where? Honestly, when is any time between you say it's going to happen to the actual first game. Any time in between you say it and the time you set up for the first game, that's when it is. Now, if you want everyone to be seated and actually talk out what they want to play, then tell them exactly when session 0 is. Or when you say the first game is, that's when your session 0 is. So your very first game will be creating characters, and that's it. Player ideas. Now, for your players, you want to try and keep them balanced. My idea of a balanced group is, and this is what I have seen, is a healer, a front linesman, a backliner, and a healer. I'll go more into detail about these types of class groups later on when I make another video. Now, you want to allow them to play anything that you would like to have. I personally do not allow the book Unearthed Arcana. Now, if you have some other books that you're not okay with, for like the 3 new books that they have just released recently for D&D 5th edition, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, Xanathar's Guide to Everything, and also Volo's Guide to Monsters. If you do not like any one of these 3 books, then you can tell your players and they will know not to use this book. Keep track of who is playing what. If you want to know if you know that your players are playing a barbarian, a ranger, a rogue, and a cleric, okay, that's your party. However, you don't know what their races are. You want to keep track of the race, the class, and the background if you're doing 5th edition. Players, you don't want to make the group too heavy in one area. So you don't want a barbarian, a fighter, a monk, and a paladin all in the same team unless you know that the party is going to be going up against some really big enemies that require a lot of damage that are resistant to magic. And involving characters, you want at least a small bio to make. And honestly, DMs, you should allow a little bit of Xanathar's Guide to Everything in terms of the bios, because they can actually help out a lot, especially for those who are the players that just want to come in, fight, and kill, and not really do much else. It allows you to prey upon the characters' backgrounds more, knowing something like they never actually knew their dad, they never knew their mom, they only heard stories about their parents, and really they just never knew what exactly their parents really were. Now, DMs, you want to listen to more than just your character, your players making ideas, and also what exactly it says on their sheets. Like oh, my character has an 18 intelligence. My character has a 16 charisma. Ha. You want to know more than that. If they say like, "Hey, my character is gonna be raised by the Drow," then you would figure, oh, this character might like the Drow more than he might like his own original race. Now like I said, you want to listen to what backgrounds they're playing, what their bios are, what exactly their races are for what culture they were raised by, and also what classes they are for what kind of training they got. Even then, the training that they had might be very, very difficult to understand. You want to build most of what you want your campaign to be after this session. However, you're not going to build 90% of your campaign immediately after this session. You're only going to build maybe 1 or 2 sessions next. However, you don't want to build more than the session of the next game, and also only the next session after you finish tonight's game. So if you build tonight's game and then you want to build the next 3 weeks games, I don't suggest it, because your players might take a different direction in 2 weeks that you didn't expect, and now you're stuck with doing something else that you weren't planning for. Now, consequences of doing this. You may end up with a party that's not balanced, or you end up with a party who is like 5 mages. If you're playing with 6 players, 5 mages and 1 wizard. 1 cleric. Or 3 fighters, 2 rogues, and a bard. Now, the bard is forced to take up healing spells because you don't have anyone who's good at healing. You don't know what your party is going to be, and also your party doesn't know what they should be expecting. So they build something for one thing, and turns out you're building it for something completely different. Being over-prepared and making too much for your campaign, and you don't realize that suddenly your players have died because they weren't set up to do something like this. Under-preparing. You set up the campaign, and you only set up when they meet up and how exactly it's going to end. You didn't prepare an event for them to do tonight. You only expected them to introduce themselves and actually start talking about themselves. Not, hello, my name is this, and this is my class, and this is my background. And mostly, actually, DMs, that's what they're going to do. They're only going to say, hello, my name is Corso, I'm a 5th level fighter, 5th level mage, and I have the rolls a deception check because he is actually a criminal, and there is a paladin at the table. I am an acolyte because he rolled good enough. The paladin understands and listens. Now, finally, incorrect matches. Incorrect matches means you set up the game for, say, a party that would have been a lot weaker, or you set up a fight for something maybe a little bit stronger than the actual party that is put in front of you. Now, because of that, you are stuck with a fight that either A, ends up killing everybody, or B, everybody ends up killing them off before they have a chance to face off against the reinforcements that shows them, oh, this is the group, this is who these guys are working for, and they have already ran off, and the party's already ran off and done something else because you didn't prepare for it. Alright, this is the end of this video. Remember to please like, comment, and subscribe, and if you want to share my terrible, awful, no good videos, go ahead. I honestly don't care. I'm an open book. Let's do this. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.